Day 6 of following my highest self. For every decision for 30 days. It occurred to me that I didn't really explain the whole thing about the higher self. I assumed that people knew until I got some people in my comments not really understanding. So I'm going to use a very horrible diagram to illustrate what I'm talking about and then tell you the results of day 5. Okay, here we have this terrible diagram, and God, which is all there is, originally, obviously, it was all that was, and then it decided to split itself into, within itself, obviously, because it can't ever stop being itself. Everything is source, God, universe. And so it split itself so that it could know itself and created all these oversouls, which then created a different number of higher selves, and then which obviously led to the egos, which are all of us. So if you think about sort of fingers in a hand, all of these higher selves would be the ones closest to the oversoul, and then the fingers, as you go out, the further away it comes, the more we are closer to the ego self. And so it is my understanding or my belief that the higher self is, or highest self is closest to the oversoul, which is closest to source and has all of this information about what our purpose is, what our plan is. And there's been so many instances in my life where I was guided to do things that my ego self had no idea about, including developing my podcast, writing my book, being a TEDx speaker, all of these things I hadn't really planned in the way that they all came out. But here I am on this journey, which I never thought I'd be in. The closest that we follow our higher self, the more aligned we are with our life purpose and what we came here to do, the easier and the smoother the journey. That doesn't mean you don't have things that challenge you or pain. It just means that you're able to get through it with much more joy, much more understanding, and much more surrender in flow than we have been. So results for day 5 were, number 1, I basically heard my higher self say, like, why are you begging? Like, you are acting like a peasant when you have a crown. Like, why aren't you being the queen that you know you are? And so I was like, oh, yikes, okay. Thanks. I didn't think I was begging. I thought I was doing pretty good, but it's like, okay, you need to stop. You need to just remember who you really are. So that was one. The second thing is because my ego self can sometimes really get stuck on I need to do something, sort of like a little churning thing, because I was sort of conditioned to always constantly do. My higher self basically guided to say, okay, if you really want to do stuff right now, clear out things, declutter things. And it's interesting because I just did a podcast episode with a declutter expert. So just basically let go of a whole bunch of things as you are letting go energetically and surrendering. Let go of physical stuff. Let go of stuff that doesn't serve you, garbage. Clear out all of these different rooms and just let go of things physically that are taking up energetic space. As you learn to surrender to your higher self, the proper things will be brought in for you. So that's it. That's the result of day 5. And here I am on day 6. Stay tuned tomorrow. Tomorrow will be actually a full week that I have been listening to my higher self. And then I can do the week recap. It's been sort of interesting.